Ahoy sailors! My name is David Simmons and welcome back to the NXT Back to the Future podcast, where we look at the origins of some of the future Hall of Famers, the ascent from untrained to world champion, or simply independent wrestler to undeniable. You know what, Adam, sometimes they say it's all about the game and how you play it, and in Adam's case, the way he plays the game is generally awful.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Right. Adam Howells joins us for another episode.
What do you mean for another episode?
Well, you know.
I've joined you for every episode so
exactly.
far, Dave.
So that you're here for another episode, are you not?
You sound as if you're making out like it's just, these are going to be cameo appearances from now on, and that you've drafted someone else.
Mate, who knows? If I do get the invitation and the guy from Harrogate AFC wants to join the podcast, then we might have to let him in.
I mean, it's all about the game, and they have a pretty good signing game, I have to say.
If you've not seen that amazing tweet, I have retweeted it. It's basically a lower league football club, a guy at Triple H's entrance to sign a new contract. I thought it was quite good.
It is really good. I have actually, because it's like a small town, like when me and Son went there, we went past the stadium and I thought, do you know what, for some a team that's non-league, they've got a really nice looking stadium.
Which team is it? Harrogate?
Yeah.
Where's Harrogate?
Fucking which way is it? It's somewhere.
I've no idea.
I'm going to guess north, but it's probably south.
All right, okay. Bloody hell. Wow, are you okay?
They've got a famous tea room, Betty's Tea Room.
Have they really?
Yeah. Or Betty's Calf, as I referred to, and Son was not happy about that.
Betty's Calf.
Betty's Calf.
In her own gaff.
It's really nice, actually. Fucking really nice.
You went, did you?
Yeah, we went.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got some money you have, mate.
Give me some money, fuck off.
Betty's Tea Room won't be bloody cheap, will it?
Nah, I can't remember how much it cost, but it was a really nice...
Convenient, that. It cost a lot of money.
Mate, it was just like 3 or 4 years ago, but it was a really nice experience, so... I'm sure I don't really have to say, if you're ever in Harrogate, go to Betty's Tea Room. Like, it's like a world famous thing.
A world famous thing that I've never heard of.
Yeah, but you know, Dave.
Look, I'm glad you got value for money, because clearly you're not going to get it from WWE Clash at the Castle, so...
No.
At least it didn't cost you 175 quid to go.
You got offered us tickets, didn't you?
Yeah, someone tweeted me on the podcast account and was like, well, would you like some tickets for 135 quid each? I was like, nah, you're alright, mate. Fucking hell.
I won't feel so guilty watching it while, eating my takeaway pizza.
Exactly. I think all the money we'll save.
Exactly.
And time and effort.
I know.
All rolled into
one. How many Dominoes could you get for that price? For £134?
For £134?
A lot.
And Sonia works at the NHS, so you get twice as much, because she gets 50% off.
She's still away at Tyler Breeze's seasonal residence of Santorini.
Yes.
Not current seasonal residence, but seasonal residence. If you can hear a noise in the background, it is the dog clawing at the gate, because he's like, I want to come up.
Otis really wants to come up, doesn't he?
You can fuck off. You can stay down there, mate.
Well, in that case, we'll get to it so we can get down to him quicker. But Adam, we're going back in time. Episode 120 of TV. We've watched 121 of these now. How does that feel?
Isn't it? October the 16th, 2014.
And Full Sail University, as per usual. Baron Corbin starts off and he faces a man who looks mysteriously like WWE Raw superstar Ezekiel, but apparently it's Elias Sampson.
He does look very much like Ezekiel.
Strange.
I know. They are identical twins, though.
Maybe they're identical triplets.
Maybe.
Not much of a match. He gets the end of days straight away and he loses.
What more do you need? It's, this man is not paid by the hour. Baron Corbin is being booked incredibly strongly.
He's the last of a dying breed, mate, apparently.
Where's Bull?
Ah!
Where's Bull been? He's not been on for weeks.
Send Bull!
Definitely don't send Bull.
Send Bull. Bull is back next episode.
I'd rather they send Hasbulla than send Bull.
Imagine Hasbulla on NXT. Going to promo on fucking Tyson Kidd. Class.
Oh my
I'd love
God.
it. I'd be well in for that. Yeah, not much to say here, is there really?
Nah, I do like the booking of Baron Corbin. I do love the end of days as a finishing move. It's just great.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
It's a really good move, actually.
Yeah.
A really good move. Sets him out different to everybody else. But one thing I will say is that, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but Bull is back next episode. You'll be pleased to know. Out next is the Scar sensation, Sami Zayn. He's called a loser who can't win the big one by Alex Riley. Well, it takes one to know one, Alex, you dick.
He's only good enough to hold the Miz's bag. Bag/jockstrap going to a WrestleMania main event. He's not good enough to actually wrestle in one.
What a fucking loser. Just because he got buried by John Cena.
Yeah.
Apparently Cena hates him.
I think we've covered this before.
I know. What a
I feel
legend.
like we have.
Sami Zayn says he lost last week, although he did lose fairly. He also says that he's sick of losing fairly. His loss to Titus O'Neil last week brings out Tyson Kidd, who promptly calls Sami a loser, going one further and saying not only are you a loser, you're the most pathetic person I've ever met in my life. Sami wonders if he's got his wife's permission to be out here, and he also says he can go home and cry himself to sleep watching reruns of Total Divas like he does every night.
I mean, he's got a fair point. He comes out wearing a Sami Zayn shirt as well.
Well, he says you can sell your sweet merch instead of being a wrestler.
Burn.
Oh,
burn. To be fair, he's only saying that because no one would buy a Tyson Kidd shirt.
Mate, Tyson Kidd shirts would be sold out worldwide. This eventually boils down into a match, and Kidd says, of course it's fine if Regal says it's okay. However, he does decide to go as he needs to make some phone calls. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, there's the main event sorted. Not a problem.
It felt so forced, though. It was unbelievable.
I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was
That's
that
what
bad.
I mean. It weren't great, was it? Just the way it was done. It was just like...
Some of the promos in this are so terribly PG, aren't they?
Yeah. But it's not even just...
You're a big loser. Does your wife know you're here?
Yeah. I mean, some of them are like that.
Horrible.
It's better than having, like... who's the British wrestler in Japan who's the Rev Pro champion at the moment?
Will Ospreay.
Yeah, he can't cut a promo without swearing, and that pisses me off.
I think, yeah, that
He
sort
does
of stuff.
aggressive swearing, and that's literally all he can do.
That's Japan in a nutshell for you, though, because they can get away with it, and they,
Yeah,
that's not what being a good promo guy
Yeah, but
is.
Zack Sabre Jr. doesn't do that. Did you hear his promo from the other day?
Oh, I said he was playing golf at Blackpool Country Club.
Yeah, but he called Bryan Danielson, big old dragon bollocks or something like that. It's fucking great.
He does there's a really good promo that he does, where he's really annoyed that he has to wrestle in front of the Japanese fans, and he's like, I can't remember who he has to wrestle. He has to wrestle someone like, not Taiji Ishimori, but someone like Taiji Ishimori, the other guy, Sanada. That's it. He's like, I've got to wrestle Sanada.
I was gonna say, there's no way I was gonna remember that Japanese name.
Yeah, oh, you're a nightmare for it. And he says loads of things like, you're Blondie, but I'm Susie and the bloody Banshees, mate. I'm way better than you. And he also says a referee so dense that light bounces round him, which is a really good science reference. Lots of stuff like that. It's a really good promo. I'll have to show it you in a minute. He's like, Boris Bloody Johnson's Prime Minister, and I'm stuck over here. No wonder I don't want to go home. It's really good.
He must love it to have stayed out there for so long.
He comes back to England. He is back and forth.
Fair enough. Just speaking of like Japanese names briefly, I did tell you the other day on the phone, but I think I was on a shift swap at work, and the guys know I like wrestling, so they were talking about old wrestling from...
So they call you a virgin?
No, but one of them does sort of like grab another shift member and shouts, "Ask him, ref," as if it's like an old time like wrestling.
Jericho does that all the time.
For fuck's sake.
Ask him.
But, no, they were talking about like the old wrestlers, so like, Big Daddy, Giant Haystacks, and they're the two favourite ones they keep talking about.
How cool would Big Daddy have been if his name was instead Large Father? That would have been the best wrestling name of all time.
Maybe not. But who's the is it Kento Nagasaki? Am I getting the name completely wrong? I probably am.
I'm not big on World of Sport, to be honest.
Was it? Did I get the name right?
Kendo Nagasaki?
Yes.
Sounds like it would be right.
Yes. They said his name. I genuinely thought for a second, oh my god, it must be like this guy who's travelled over from Japan. He might be actually half decent. No, he was a white guy in a samurai mask. Like, that was it. That was his gimmick. I just thought, I was so disappointed about this right now. It hurts. I was hoping he would actually be someone decent.
Now, Adam, things that you might not be disappointed with is the Lucha Dragons are up next, and they're facing a debuting tag team of Blake and Murphy.
Yeah.
Some of the action in this was, I don't mean to underplay it, absolutely phenomenal.
You say debuting, I'm pretty sure we've seen Blake and Murphy before, but it has been a few weeks.
This is where they're on TV from now on.
Yeah.
They're on TV from now on. That's what I mean, as in now they're sort of here to stay. It's not like they're here as a random tag team thrown together. Like, this is the actual debut of them as a proper tag team.
Did you get Alex Riley, what he said? He's told us...
Aussie Strong Style? Is that what you're going to bring up?
No, their tag team name.
Oh, Big Thick Boys, was it?
Team Thick.
Team Thick.
Which...
With 2 C's, because they're both jacked and tanned.
That's... it means something a little bit different now, but yeah.
And they've both got massive asses.
Basically.
Oh, brilliant. Team Thick. Thick boys. Thick boys summer, mate.
Thick Australian boys.
Thick Australian fellas.
But at least
well, only one of them's bloody Australian, so that's the worst thing.
Oh, yeah, true. However, at least they do the proper tag team thing of having somewhat matching ring gear.
I know. Considering they're apparently thrown together team, they managed to get their ring gear sorted.
Or it's just a massive coincidence.
Yeah. It's like when, in the In-Betweeners, when Jay writes himself a load of Valentine's cards and he's like, please, 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 spaff on my tits.
For God's sake.
And they're like, oh, all of these people have the same handwriting, Jay. And he's like, maybe they have the same handwriting, coach. It's like that. They've got the same gear, man.
I mean, it does look like Buddy Murphy has gone and got his shorts from Lost Property. Like, someone has left them or messed them up that much. Oh, I can wear these.
Yeah, someone who leaves school in year 11 and they're like, oh, just use Ken's trousers. He left 2 years ago. They're still in there.
2? Do you mean 20?
Mate, also, as well, what if he'd have written spaff on my tits on his gear? That would have been amazing.
I don't think it would ever happen.
He's got very big pecs, hasn't he?
He's blessed in the pectorals.
Cody Rhodes is not blessed in the pectorals.
He's blessed in the bruises, right?
Severely hurt in the pectorals. Triple H got the same injury in Saudi Arabia in that horrendous tag team match with Undertaker and Kane.
I bet they must have thought as they were doing this, that tag team match, why have we come back? What are we doing here?
I bet HBK was thinking, no! Internally. And then he was going, oh, money.
Well, if it works for Live Golf, it works for everywhere else.
Well, it doesn't work for Live Golf, does it? That'll be done in a year.
I don't think so.
Oh, it'll be done in a year. Problem is, it's not competitive. It's like the people that they want to be competitive in it have come over and taken the money and just they do it as an exhibition. Like, to them, they've already got shitload of money. It don't matter. They come over as an exhibition. They just come to play golf and not to win anything. I think that's sort of against the heart and spirit of golf. It's the heart and spirit of sport in general. But there we go.
I feel like we should probably get back onto the wrestling with Lucha Dragons and Murphy and Blake.
And actually, Blake's selling and placement for high flyers is really, really good. That's one thing that I think he's always had on the brand.
Yeah, there's one point that Murphy catches. I can't remember whether it's who it is he catches, whether it's Kalisto or who's the other one in that tag team?
Sin Cara.
That's it, Sin Cara. But he catches them and then suplexes them. The strength.
Oh, it's Kalisto.
Yeah, it must be Kalisto, but unbelievable.
That was Buddy
strength.
Murphy, I think.
Yeah. He looks a talent.
Yeah. There's just so much in this. I have to say, considering they've probably only had one meeting, but this is their first meeting that we've seen, they have really good chemistry as well.
Yeah. What I would say, though, is the match didn't follow the traditional style that they have always done. It's like you're waiting for the hot tag to spice stuff up.
Yeah.
It's all, the match pace was pretty good for both sides back and forth. So actually, you know, you got like a quite even showing, but obviously, you know, the champions were victorious as you would expect.
It's nice to see the champions actually be pushed by someone as well.
Yeah.
I think that's really going to help Blake and Murphy going forward.
It just helps the whole division because, like, you know, as fun as it is seeing the Ascension smash teams into
Didn't
oblivion,
help anyone, yeah.
No, it didn't even help the Ascension.
Yeah, because the first time they got pushed, they lost.
Yeah, so what was the point?
Yeah, exactly.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the run.
But not again, please.
No, never again. Never that sort of run again.
Lucha Dragons were great as always. The finish comes with a top rope sunset bomb directly into a pin. Scintillating stuff by Sin Cara for a Lucha Dragons win. So, Blake and Murphy, are they ready for something more, do you think? Have they shown enough already? I mean, it's only been one performance, but it was a very impressive one.
They are deserving of more TV time. Definitely deserving of more TV time. They look great together. The chemistry's already there. And, you know, they only need to have a couple more decent matches and they'll be sort of established as a tag team. They'll just be, you know, all they will need is a proper tag team name. Not Team Thick or Team Aussies.
Blake and Murphy.
B&M.
Yes, after the yes. There you go.
No, because I hate B&M. I fucking hate B&M.
What, Bernard Matthews?
Yes, but I also hate the shop B&M.
Well, everyone does.
It's fucking wank.
Tell you what they could do. They could do like a Jedward and just amalgamate it, and they could have Burfy
or
Burfy.
Or
Are there any vampire characters?
Or Make.
Burfy the Vampire Slayers. Bring in a vampire character. Sorted. Where's Kevin Thorne when you need him?
Exactly. Where can we get a vampire from?
So you could have Burfy, or you could have...
Make, as I said.
Oh yeah, Make.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good.
I think they should probably just stick to Murphy and Blake.
It's Blake and Murphy, for God's sake. Blake
Whichever
comes first
way
in the
round
alphabet.
they are.
Well, it's Blake and Murphy.
Do they have a proper tag team name going forward?
No.
They're just Murphy and Blake.
Better call Blake and Murphy if that's their name. Blake goes first. It's first in the alphabet.
Fine.
Alphabeti Spaghetti was lost on you as a child.
I've never got alphabetic spaghetti when I was a child.
That's Alphabeti Sadsketty.
Yeah. It was turkey Twizzlers though.
Which flavour? Tangy tomato, mate, or fucking nacho cheese?
I can't remember which one it was, but it was good.
I'll tell you what, Twizzlers, I can give or take Twizzlers. Wolves Balls. Do you remember Wolves Balls? Bring Wolves Balls back, mate.
I don't.
Bring Wolves Balls back. Proper food.
Proper food. I do miss the meatballs that they do in IKEA. We don't have one in Coventry anymore. It's bloody so annoying.
Fucking ages away as well. And
you have to go to Birmingham. That's the closest one. I refuse to go to Birmingham for just an IKEA.
For anything.
Well, yeah.
Lucha Dragons are different to everything else on this show. That is a massive plus.
It's nice to have different tag teams.
Yeah. And the style, I think, that they bring is so different to everybody else that it almost by proxy makes them the most interesting team on this show.
But they're also different anyway. Like that's just how it works. Like in this tag division, I was thinking about this earlier because we had a match.
Yes, Adam and I, we had a steel cage match
on Fuller podcast, and it just made me think like it's taken when did the brand start? 2012, late 2012. It's taken up until this point to have some really to have all the divisions that have really developed and all like different storylines.
Yeah,
taken 2 and a bit years to do.
Basically 2.5 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, really. And what is next for the Lucha Dragons? Who would you? Well, we went over this last week. You chose the Vaudevillains to.
Yeah, I
face
still think that'll probably be the next one. However, there is a good amount of teams that could go after them. There's all sorts of options in that tag division.
Yeah, there are at the minute.
Because I haven't watched it, so at least I've got
yeah,
you know, there's ideas there.
Yeah, there's lots of good stuff actually that they could do.
It's like, you know, it's what you want at a buffet. Options.
Exactly. We see an injury recap of Mojo Rawley from last week. He's out for a while, he says, but he says that it's fine. I'm glad he's come to terms with it so quick. He says he'll be back stronger than ever. He will regroup and refocus. He may take 1 step back, but he will take 2 forwards. He says he won't forget who did this to him, with vengeance and rage. because he stays hyped. I'm not sure vengeance and rage goes with hype, but okay. There are reports at this stage basically saying things aren't good for Mojo backstage. People backstage don't see him as improving, and sources state that the injury may have come at the right time for him to take him out of the spotlight and give him a bit of a reset. The injury is legit. I was surprised to see him on this actually, because I read up on it. And NXT is a bit more widely covered now, so we should be able to talk about news and backstage politics and stuff going forward, because earlier I think it wasn't
broadcast so much, they almost kept it like sort of closed house.
Yeah, I've tried to Google some stuff and nothing really came up for it, but this is the first thing I've sort of Googled and it's come up straight away. And the injury is legit, he's out for a while. It
was like that comment they had, I can't remember who said it, but it was like a weird camera cut, and I spent like 15 minutes on
trying to find
out what was said. It wasn't anything amazing, but it was like...
It was, that was the dream, wasn't it? Or he said something got edited out.
He calls someone a bitch, basically.
Yeah.
I think it was...
oh, Stephanie, baby, you're such a bitch.
No, it was Vicky Guerrero.
Oh, Vicky Guerrero, baby. You're such a bitch, Vicky. But your husband, Eddie, the great wrestler, he's a great talent. He can cut the promos.
I haven't heard Dusty, or your impression of Dusty, in a long time.
I just did it on the phone earlier. Him and Mike Tyson. Becky is out for action next against Charlotte Flair. She's ready to fight and party, Adam, according to Renee, which is why she likes her so much.
She can do both. Multi-talented.
Hey, there's a lot of people who can fight and drink at the same time. If you've ever gone to Impulse in town.
Yes, I have actually. You know that, you dickhead.
And ended up throwing up behind the bins. No, absolute tramp, mate.
That wasn't behind the bins. That was behind a skip at a McDonald's. After Sonia thought it'd be a great idea, like me being pissed off.
To go get you a Mackey's, you vomited it all up.
Do you know what she bought me? She bought me a fucking cheeseburger and a cup of tea. Genuinely. Like, I was like... At the time, I was like, yeah, I'll have that. And then, obviously, that didn't work out, and then...
Oh, we love her. What a legend.
Amazing.
She's a funny old
woman.
girl, isn't she?
She is. She's great. Mother of my child.
It's a nice one-up back and forth by these two to begin. Charlotte does take control after a backbreaker and has Becky's head between her knees, smashing her face first into the canvas. Like that move.
Great spot.
Like that move.
Aggression.
Becky fires up with some leg drops, 3 in total, which gain a 2 count. Charlotte manages to get the natural selection for a 3. Short, but it was relatively sweet. What's next for Charlotte Flair, Adam?
I don't know, they're just going to keep throwing the other three women that are in the division at her, to be honest. They're all good people. They're all great, but it's not a deep enough like pool of people. But saying that, they don't have they only maybe have like one match an episode. So it probably is deep enough for what they need, but still, you will just get the same people fighting over and over again.
Well, mate, the division has it's going to be expanded as well. How exciting!
Ooh.
The Ascension say NXT is their house backstage, and if Hideo wants it, he can get it. You want some? I'll give it you, you Japanese bastard.
It's probably not how they meant it, but yeah.
That's basically
pretty
what they
much
say.
How it came across.
That's basically what they say, in no uncertain terms.
This is their house, not yours. However, it was their fault in the first place.
And officially, they've taken over that phrase from Paige.
Oh yeah, they had.
She's gone.
Yeah, she's gone. She's gone fully now.
She is nearly. Up next, the Legionnaires are facing Enzo and Cass. But before we move on to that, Adam, there's a new WWE film out. Don't know if you saw this advert.
I probably did.
It's See No Evil 2, starring Kane!
Oh yeah, I did see this. I presume you have the information on this film.
I've got lots of information on this film.
God's sake.
So, here it is.
This implies there was a See No Evil 1.
There was, I remember it.
Was there?
I remember it, yeah.
Oh god.
I remember it. So, See No Evil 2. See No Evil 2 is a 2014 American slasher film directed by the Soska sisters, written by Nathan Brooks and Bobby Lee Darby. Produced by Michael Luisi and starring Danielle Harris, Catherine Isabella and professional wrestler Kane, it's the sequel to 2006's See No Evil. Unlike the original, which had a theatrical release, this film was released in 2014, direct to DVD and Blu-ray.
That sounds so shit. Straight to DVD.
It's the Triple H special, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
So the plot to this film. Amy prepares to leave her job at the city morgue while Seth and their boss Holden work the graveyard shift. As Amy is leaving to meet friends at a bar for her birthday, Holden receives news that a number of bodies are being delivered, the victim of a mass murder committed by Jacob Goodnight, who's Kane, at the Blackwell Hotel. Amy decides to cancel her plans and help her colleagues with the deliveries. Amy and Seth process the corpses, including that of Goodnight. As Amy leaves Seth to finish the work, she is surprised to find Holden has allowed her friends Tamara, Kayla, Carter and her brother Will to throw a birthday party in the morgue. During the party, Will warns Seth to stay away from Amy, believing that she deserves better than him, causing Seth to leave the party and return to work. Will tells Amy of her disapproval of her dropping out of med school to work in the morgue, angering Amy, who also leaves the party. Tamara, who's fascinated by death and serial killers, leaves the party with Carter to go and look at Jacob's body. The experience of being in a room with a real body of a murderer arouses her, and she and Carter begin to have sex. Jacob suddenly awakens, kills Carter while Tamara escapes. Jacob searches the room, outfitting himself with a burn victim mask and several surgical tools before cutting the building's electricity. Hearing Tamara's screams, the rest of the partygoers attempt to find her. Holden, away from the rest, is captured and mortally wounded by Jacob. Amy, Will, Kayla and Tamara acknowledge their predicament and attempt to reach the upper levels of the hospital, only to find Jacob blocking their way at every turn. Seth arrives with the keys to open a locked emergency stairwell, but Jacob is behind him and attacks them, causing them to split up as a group. Kayla seeks refuge in a bathroom, where Jacob strangles her. When Kayla mutters, "Thank God," at Jacob's hesitation, he relives old memories, remembering the abuse he suffered at the hands of his religious mother. Kayla then dies from her injuries anyway, and Jacob asks her, "Why would God help you?" before setting off of the remaining members in the group. Jacob kills Tamara and captures Will, using him as bait to lure Amy and Seth into a trap, where he proceeds to execute her brother. In the resultant confrontation, Seth is wounded by an electric knife. Amy takes him to a ruse to cauterize the wound, where she reveals that she dropped out of med school after realising the inevitability of death. Noticing that one of the windows leads to a ground level, Amy kisses Seth for the first time, then squeezes out to get help. Finding Jacob in the parking lot, however, she goes back inside. Afterwards, Jacob stabs her to death as she attempts to unlock a side exit door. After fighting Jacob, Seth impales him with a nozzle from a piece of embalming equipment and pumps his body full of embalming chemicals, seemingly killing him. Seth escapes the morgue through a broken window and drives away in his car. As he stops to open the gated entrance, he realises that not only Jacob is still alive, but he was in the car with him. Jacob attacks Seth from behind, gouges out his eyes and kills him. The final shot of the film shows each dead member of the cast, before a final close-up of Jacob's face as he says, "I can see it now," referring to their sins. The end.
This has saved everyone from having to watch this film.
So, how much did that take at the box office then? When I say the box office, I mean the bargain bin.
I don't even think it's in the millions. It can't be in the millions.
It is over $1 million.
Is it?
You might be impressed to know it is over $1 million.
Just 1.5.
It's $1.6 million.
Oh, that's not too bad.
I mean, that's not.
How much did it cost to produce this film?
It doesn't even say. It says the movie was announced in August 2013, with Kane set to reprise his role as the murderous Jacob Goodnight, and the Soska sisters to direct. The Soskas claim their desire in taking on the film was to take the character and bring him to the level of Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees. Well, Jacob Goodnight, he's very famous in no circles.
No, exactly. Shows the sort of job they have done there.
I mean, yeah, that's just it all. Anything else that's interesting? It's received an approval rating of 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, based on 5 reviews with an average score of 5 out of 10. William Bibiani, that's a great name, writing for Crave Online, praised the film's adherence to traditional slasher movie conventions, saying it is indeed comforting to see the standard, straight-up slasher yarn that still has some life in it, instead of playing to some sort of house style like many recent slasher remakes were determined to do. See No Evil 2 looks pleasingly grim, icy and dark, and what's more, plays with genre expectations while playing the genre's actual conventions somewhat straight. Bloody Disgusting gave it a mixed review, stating the film's characterisation of first act, but saying, once Goodnight begins stalking the halls, slows everything to a crawl. While some of the movie is enjoyable due to the standard gore splashed slasher affair, for the most part you can't help but think, have I not seen this already? High praise. Just to go along with that, Adam, you'll also be pleased to know that See No Evil 1 had pretty much the exact same plot as See No Evil 2. However, it had an $8 million budget and made $18.6 million at the box office, so actually was a marginal hit.
So no wonder they made a See No Evil 2.
Exactly. Which probably lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And, interestingly, the music was by Tyler Bates.
Tyler Bates? Not the same one.
Not the same one.
No.
It was produced by Vince McMahon as well, bizarrely.
What a surprise.
Anything else interesting?
I feel like we just go to Enzo and Cass versus the Legionnaires.
Mate, the DVD included audio commentary by the writer. The film eventually went on to make $45.16 million in 7 weeks. What the fuck? How?
What, made 45 million?
Apparently so. That's what it says.
Was there a See No Evil 3?
There was not. I mean, Jen Soska and Sylvia Soska are identical twins. The Soska sisters, or they're known as the Twisted Twins, Canadian twin sisters who work together as film directors, producers and screenwriters. They are known for directing often violent and visceral horror films, such as See No Evil 2, American Mary, and, a personal favourite of mine, Dead Hooker in a Trunk.
Is that actually a film?
It's apparently so.
Why is it your personal favourite?
Sounds funny.
Personal experience?
Hold on, it's a Canexploitation? What's Canexploitation? An exploitation film that tries to succeed financially by exploiting current trends, niche dramas or lurid content. Oh my god, no fucking way. No wonder they made See No Evil 2. Dead Hooker in a Trunk had a $2,500 budget.
What?
That was the cheapest made movie ever.
$2,500?
$2,500 budget.
How?
Probably bought a fucking mobile phone and that was it.
Filmed on a mobile phone.
Bought an iPhone 6, mate. Fucking, there you go. Videoed the whole thing. An iPhone 6, a laptop for editing, and a fucking external hard drive for all the clips.
That's probably it.
Fucking dog shit.
And paid everyone like £20 a day.
Oh no, how hilarious. Up next, the Legionnaires are facing Enzo and Cass. Enzo and Cass say if they had a dime for every time they were beaten up as kids, they'd have 0 dimes, Adam.
0 dimes.
Excellent.
We've heard this sort of promo from them before, but it's still fantastic.
Oh, it is très good. The Legionnaires have new music again. Don't know if you noticed this.
Yeah.
New music again. Marcus Louis tags in. Lafort goes out, but accidentally takes Louis' wig off. Louis absolutely loses it and attacks Lafort, slamming his head off the steel ramp as Enzo and Cass are both shocked. They laugh and commentary discusses it.
This is it for the Legionnaires then.
The Legionnaires are done.
They're dead.
It's official. There's just a Legionnaire now.
What, a deadly disease?
Well, I have Legionnaire's disease, I guess.
Yeah. Are we going to get like a proper feud between these two now?
They have a match.
Is it just one match?
Pretty much.
Okay, fair enough.
Lafort's basically done in the company now.
Really?
Yeah, Marcus Louis survives a bit longer, but he's also dead in the water.
Well, there's not a lot more they can do with them. They've sort of exhausted all their options with them.
Exactly.
So unless they move them up, which they won't, because this is the dross they're getting them to do, that's it. They're done.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I think we could get another match here. Hey, you with the blue pants that I saw back there, why don't you make your way out here? Come on, Bluey.
Old blue pants. Let's get old blue pants out here.
Come on, Bluey. There she is.
Hey, walking blood.
Bluey, you're the next contestant. Make your way down. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Looking good, Bluey.
Old blue pants. So you don't have a blues clue
this?
what's about to happen to you.
This girl looks like Kitty Pryde.
What is going on here?
Oh, Blue Pants!
What's a creative name? Old
She
Blue
is
Pants.
wearing blue pants.
Sit down to brass tacks.
I'm talking about those blue pants.
Introducing for the first time in an NXT ring, the Fine, one of a kind. I take back what I said before. We have one dime.
Bada bing, hottest chick in the ring.
The fabulous Carmella.
Oh, I can feel that bass.
Shaking the announce desk.
Whoa, how you doing?
Well, guys, Carmella, don't forget, she's the former hairdresser that lost her job thanks to Enzo and Cass. When they stopped by to see her, they ended up spilling hair removal
They ruined
cream
her career as a hairdresser.
Poor poodle, right? And since she lost her job, she went to Enzo and Cass. She actually snuck into the WWE Performance Center, lied and said that she was Enzo's sister. Long story short, she said, "You guys owe me a job. You're going to train me to become a WWE diva." Well,
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. She needs a job. She needs a paycheck. This is a place to be.
And to say she...
So, first of all, Blue Pants is Leather Bates. So a debut klaxon for Leather. So Leather Bates is currently in AEW.
Is she?
She is indeed. She is born May 21st, 1983. She is an American professional wrestler signed to All Elite Wrestling. She has also had successful tenure on the independent circuit, most notably for Shimmer Women Athletes. She's also appeared for WWE and their developmental territory NXT under the ring name Blue Pants. So she was trained at the Team 3D Academy, trained by Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley, and debuted all the way back in 2006. She was in a tag team called the Lucha Sisters with Mia Yim.
Ooh.
And yeah, she's basically done a few different things. She's done a few different things, which is, quite interesting. She also has 15,000 followers on Twitch. She has a degree in theatre and radio and television production with a minor in dance from Murray State University. She works during the week as one of the entertainers on the Universal Orlando theme park. And she also video blogs for the Geek Soapbox. She's known for her use of cosplay and her ring outfits, and regularly dresses as characters from TV, movies, video games, and comic books. Whilst cosplaying, she incorporates aspects of the characters into her wrestling style.
That's a pretty cool way of having your wrestling gimmick.
Oh yeah.
At least you can sort of change up every now and then.
I mean, she was ranked number 28 in the top 50 female singles wrestlers in the PWI Female 50 in 2015.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing that NXT let her go then.
So, yeah. She was also involved in she also won the Worst Gimmick Award in the Wrestling Observer newsletter in 2012 as well, when she was a part of Aces and Eights.
What was the gimmick?
Basically, Aces and Eights were like a biker gang that basically faced off against TNA.
Oh, okay.
Bubba Ray Dudley was the leader.
Ah, okay. What was Devon doing at this point?
Devon, I think he debuted later on. He was like a mystery character, and then it turned out it was Devon. But that was how he became that's how he became. That's how he got into the group, basically. But Bubba used the group to become TNA World Champion.
Ah, okay.
Bubba the World Champion, there you go.
Bubba, a World Champion.
And she faces off against Carmella. Debut klaxon for Carmella. Leah Van Dale, born October 23rd, 1987, is an American professional wrestler, dancer and model. She's currently still signed to WWE, where she performs on the Raw brand under the ring name Carmella, where she is a former WWE SmackDown Women's Champion and former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. In June 2013, she signed a contract with WWE and was assigned to the developmental brand NXT in Orlando, Florida. In October 2014, she aligned herself with Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy, becoming their manager. So, yeah, she's gone on to do quite a few different things. Leah Van Dale, she is the daughter of Paul Van Dale, a former mixed martial artist and professional wrestler who worked as a jobber for the World Wrestling Federation in the 1980s and early 1990s, making the younger Van Dale a second-generation WWE superstar. So Carmella is actually second generation.
Ah, okay.
She is of Italian and Dutch descent and grew up in Spencer, Massachusetts, where she graduated from David Prouty High School in 2006. She graduated from the University of Massachusetts Dartmouth in 2010, and Van Dale was a cheerleader for the New England Patriots for 3 seasons, ending in 2010. She successfully auditioned for the Los Angeles Lakers dance team, appearing as a Laker girl during the 2010 and 11 season. She originally applied for WWE Tough Enough in 2010, but withdrew from the selection process after being accepted as a Laker girl and instead moving to Los Angeles. However, it didn't stop her, and in June 2013, she signed a contract with WWE, going to NXT. So, she was in a relationship with William Morrissey, better known as Big Cass in WWE, before in 2019, beginning a relationship with fellow WWE employee Matthew Polinsky, known as Corey Graves. The two got married on April the 7th, 2022. Van Dale is a certified fitness instructor and personal trainer, and a lifelong fan of pro wrestling. She idolised Miss Elizabeth as a child. So, yeah, all relatively good, interesting stuff. I find it really interesting myself, don't know about you, that she is a lifelong fan. You sort of wouldn't expect that.
No, I didn't expect it either.
From looking at her.
No.
Not to make, harsh opinions, but she doesn't strike you as someone.
She hasn't got that typical look of someone who is into wrestling.
Yeah. But as I say, her dad was a wrestler, so she probably grew up with wrestling, and it was probably always on and that sort of thing. So
you can understand with the whole Miss Elizabeth being like a favourite figure.
Yeah, of course.
Because women in wrestling weren't say massive. So actually, it's guys who grow up watching wrestling, and they like Hogan, the top guys of the industry.
Yeah.
Or Bret Hart, someone who can actually wrestle. Or Ooh. Hogan's shit. Well, Hogan is Hogan, isn't he? Let's be honest.
He is.
He has his pros and cons.
Pros, drew a lot of money. Cons, massive racist.
Yeah, pretty much it.
Unbelievably, Enzo and Cass have gotten Blue Pants over. They're a huge chance for her with that promo. Carmella locks her leg lock crossface in for the dub in quick time. A new addition to the women's division, which has also been strengthened, along with the tag team division, has been strengthened with Blake and Murphy. Interesting that, they sort of now is the time that they've strengthened every division.
Yeah. Well, adding people in, at least they can sort of do different stories, and especially with Enzo and Cass, because there was always going to be the possibility that if they just carried on doing the same thing over and over again, it would just get stale. Yeah. So actually adding a new dynamic into it, it keeps them fresh, and then people are still excited when they come and just do those two on the mic. Yeah.
And they've been on a bit of a hiring spree as well, so it's nice to see those divisions those divisions need the backup. Yeah, I think the sort of main event division's okay for now. There's enough people in it.
They need more variation now, that's it. They need to be bringing the next generation up, because it won't be long until your main eventers are then going to get called up to the main roster. And that is the whole point of NXT.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're getting these people ready.
We haven't had that yet. There's no one who's sort of left who's a big person. I mean, the Ascension are about
Dallas. Bo Dallas got called up.
I suppose he was a former NXT champion, but yeah, he wasn't a massive...
Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Big E.
But they hadn't stayed as long as all these people.
Yeah, true.
Your Zayn and your Nevilles have been in it for ages.
Yeah. Neville has been in there pretty much since after 6 months of the thing starting.
Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely.
Here, Sasha. What you did to Bailey the other week was disgusting. I hope you get what's coming to you.
Boo-hoo! Oh, yeah. What's coming to me? The only thing that's coming to me is the NXT Women's Championship, sweethearts. Because I will do whatever it takes to make it to the top. Unlike you, unlike people like Bailey, who want to be nice and shake people's hands, where's that gonna get you? Nowhere. You lost twice now to Charlotte, is it? Twice? Maybe you need to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what do you need to do to make it to the top?
Neville says next week he faces Titus for the title. He says Titus has a loud bark, but he's got a bigger bite. Oof. Mate, WWE 2K15 is out soon, and it apparently is the most anticipated release of the year, according to WWE. Other games that came out this year include Grand Theft Auto 5, The Last of Us Remastered, and Dark Souls 2. I'm sorry, I just had to say it.
Yeah, I think all of those games would have probably gotten more purchases than WWE 2K15.
Look, mate, with a soundtrack like this, you can see why. Some of the best around. Flow Rider, B.O.B., Future, Rudimental, Emily Sandé, and 2 unreleased Wiz Khalifa tracks, one starring John Cena. A total of 10 songs, unreal scenes in this soundtrack.
Yeah.
Now, my question for you, Adam. Who are the highest rated 5 wrestlers in WWE 2K15?
Highest rated?
Have a guess.
I'm going to go Cena.
Correct. John Cena. What was John Cena rated?
I don't know. I don't know what the ratings are. I've never played it.
So it's out of 100.
Out of 100. Probably 100.
No.
98.
John Cena's rated 96.
Okay.
Here's the picture. Here's the screenshot from the game for John Cena.
Oh my god. Okay, so Cena. Undertaker was probably in the top 5.
Undertaker was number 3.
Yeah, okay.
He was rated...
I don't know, 93.
He was rated 93. Well done.
Okay. So... Triple H.
No.
Was he not?
No.
The Rock.
No.
Lesnar.
Lesnar was number 5.
Okay.
He was rated at 92.
Shawn Michaels in this one.
Shawn Michaels is not.
Okay. I'm trying to think who was around. The Miz.
No.
I don't know why would he be highly rated?
You've got 2 left, actually. One of them, you'll kick yourself if you don't get, and the other one, you'll go, what?
Rollins?
No.
Kane?
No.
What year is this?
2014.
Yeah, 2014.
So think about the WrestleMania. 8 years ago, that'd be WrestleMania
CM Punk?
30-31.
No, he would have left the company by then.
CM Punk was in the game, but he was not in the top 5 rated.
I'm surprised. Well, Triple H is in the top 5, but you're gonna have to tell me. I can't think.
So Daniel Bryan was rated 94. He was number 2.
Okay.
And number 4.
And no, Orton.
No. Number 4 was rated 93.
Okay.
He was the current United States champion.
Dean Ambrose.
To borrow a word from The Miz, really? I mean, he's cool and all, and he's one of the better in-ring performers amongst the big guys, but rating him 93 is perplexing. Not since his WWE Championship run in 2009 and 10 was he worthy of what equates to the 3rd highest rating in this game. He's a steady guy, but 93, we feel, is tad too high for him. 90 would have been more appropriate. Any guesses?
Batista?
Sheamus.
Fuck off!
He was, he's rated 93.
Really?
Unbelievable. I know. I never would have guessed that. I never would have guessed that, mate. Seriously. But yeah, unbelievably. Any idea of our NXT representatives? Their ratings?
Rollins is in there.
Yeah, but what is he rated?
91, probably, or 89.
89? Are you fucking mental?
Oh, I'm mental, no.
You fucking mental, bro.
Split from the Shield by this point.
True, he is 89, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Xavier Woods was rated
78.
83.
83.
Who's the highest rated woman in the game?
Charlotte Flair. I just can't see past anyone. Probably Beth Phoenix.
No, Beth Phoenix wasn't wrestling at this point. Should have retired.
Paige.
No, Paige isn't in the game.
AJ Lee.
AJ Lee is 82. She is the 2nd highest rated woman.
Who's rated higher than AJ Lee?
Nikki and Brie Bella.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Both rated 83. Yeah, who else have we got? Tyson Kidd's rated 84. Titus O'Neil was rated 83. Sami Zayn is rated 86. Rusev is rated 84.
That's funny that Rusev's on the main roster, but like Sami Zayn is rated higher than Rusev.
I know. Luke Harper is rated 86. Kane is rated 91. Justin Gabriel is rated 81. Jimmy and Jey Uso both rated 85. Fandango with a solid 80. Dean Ambrose is 88. Curtis Axel Legend, is rated 81. Cody Rhodes is rated 85. And anyone to round it out? Bray Wyatt, 89. And Adrian Neville, current NXT champion, rated 87.
Interesting.
So there you go. So, yeah.
I don't think I'll be going back and buying that game. Probably get it for 20p from CEX.
Oh no. Fucking hell. Do you imagine? But yeah. So if you're interested in the soundtrack to the game, All Day by Wiz Khalifa and John Cena, Ready, B.O.B. featuring Future, Free, Rudimental featuring Emily Sandé and Nas, We Dem Boys with a Z by Wiz Khalifa, Wild Ones, of course the WrestleMania 28 version, by Flo Rida featuring Sia, Bonfire by Knife Party, Workin' without the G, Big Smo featuring Alexander King, Ghost by the Mystery Skulls, Come On Over, Royal Blood, and Breaks by Wiz Khalifa and John Cena. And also available in the in-game soundtrack is This Means War by Avenged Sevenfold, Heart of a Warrior by Dizzy Rascal, This Is How We Roll by Florida Georgia Line, and Zero Visibility by Rise Against. It also received a very solid 3 out of 10 from Eurogamer.
Amazing.
So, it also shipped over 3 million copies. And it also had a mobile version.
I don't think anyone would have been interested in the mobile version because even mobile gaming back then was a bit sketchy at points.
It got 7 out of 10, and they said it becomes a pretty solid experience and it flourishes the deeper you get into it. But it did say it was far too expensive. 148 apps gave it a 4 out of 5 star rating and called the game surprisingly complex. Meanwhile, Game Informer stated the game is bare bones, yet mechanically functional. Fair enough. So, Zayn and Kid are out for the main event. It's even early before a huge PK off the apron by Kid, and we come back to Tyson Kidd in firm control. Lots of submission to slow the pace right down, but Zayn eventually hits a crossbody for a 2. Elbows by Zayn to the back of the head, and he hits a blue thunderbomb for another 2. Sharpshooter by Kid, and it's fought out of, and both men are injured opposite sides of the ring. Exploder suplex into the corner by Zayn, who sets up a haluva kick, and nails it for a 3. Zayn exercises the demons of last week. He looks relieved and the crowd roars at the 3. The momentum is creeping back, and you can see by Zayn's face, he knows it's a huge win. It's a good match for me, but it didn't need to be 15 minutes long.
No, it didn't, but there's a point in this match where Alex Riley and Renee Young have a really good back and forth.
And guys, Tyson Kidd has a WrestleMania moment, okay? He has been a part of the WWE for a very long time now. Been training for 20 years. There isn't much that Tyson Kidd has to prove. Sami Zayn is a completely different story here.
Yeah, but Sami Zayn has wrestled and performed all over the world. He's an international superstar. He's come here to be at the top, and he's been in and around that top game since he got here.
And that's fine, Renee, that's fine. But it doesn't matter until you get to NXT. This is where the best in the world reside.
Which is why Sami Zayn's here.
They talk about, basically, Dave, I don't know, you probably will have, well, you would have listened to it anyway. Like Alex Riley goes on about, you know, Tyson Kidd has proved himself already. You know, Sami wants to do it all in WWE. You know, this is where they come to become the best in NXT. And we're starting to see that with people coming through. Really good commentary between Alex Riley and Renee Young. Deserves credit, to be honest.
Fair dues. So, Tyson Kidd, main roster bound?
I mean, he was from the main roster anyway.
Yeah, but he spent a lot of time here. Do you reckon he's about to leave?
More than likely. I'm not sure what they'll do with him, though. They couldn't find anything for him the first time round. I'm not sure what they'll...
Spoilers. He goes in a class tag team with Cesaro.
I mean... Yes.
Bonus!
Yes.
Sami Zayn wins after a loss last week, but is it back to square one?
No, he's now going to get some momentum, hopefully.
That'd be nice.
As long as, he doesn't lose in the meantime and he has maybe like a couple more matches where he proves himself, you can justify then having that shot because, he has always come up short. They're right.
and it's all eyes on Neville versus Titus for the NXT title next week. Episode 121 is October the 23rd, 2014, Full Sail University. The Ascension are out first. We best enjoy this while it lasts. Ty and Jordan are the opponents. The Ascension don't let it last too long, with the fall of man for a 3. Replays, and Itami is out, and safe to say, he's absolutely raging. The crowd chants for Hideo, and he gets some strikes, but again, it's 2v1 and the Ascension batter him. Fall of man, and the message has been sent. How is Hideo ever going to get even?
Matt Bloom suggests that the Ascension must feel naked as they're not wearing gold. And I think, that's pretty echo those sentiments that, they're not used to...
Matt Bloom wants to think of men naked.
Well, no, but I do get the whole point, because they spent so long having titles, it must be weird going out and actually having a tag team match and not carrying anything.
Oh, yeah, it must be.
The visual is a bit weird. Again, this is two teams that I do like watching. Like, Jason Jordan and Ty Dillinger are a personality away from being, like, a team I care about.
A personality.
They are, because they haven't got anything about them. They're just, like, strong guys. That's pretty much it. Alex Riley tells us that Matt Bloom has abs like Jason Jordan, but he says, you know what, he's a little bit leaner than Jason Jordan.
Mean.
But yeah, good match all round. Great flapjack from the Ya Boys. It's great. I don't know why Hideo came out though.
Because he wants to get shagged.
He just came out just to get battered.
Hideo gets battered everywhere he goes. Everywhere he goes, he gets battered. Adam CJ Parker is back. One world, one man, one cause, says his sign. And he's called an egomaniac. I think he's more an eco-maniac. You get it, Adam? Because he's an eco-warrior.
Yeah, I do get it.
Alright. He's facing Tyler Breeze, fresh off getting rid of Mojo for a few months. What a top man. Unbelievably, Parker has control for the majority of this match.
He looks really good in this.
He does.
Tyler sells really well for him.
A nice double axe handle smash off the top rope, and out comes Mojo Rawley. Breeze nearly gets caught for a 3. He ducks a high kick and then hits a beauty shot for a 3 count. Mojo stares at him weirdly from ringside. Breeze instead gets out of the ring and pretends his arms hurt and laughs at him. Loser!
I hurt your arm. It's great.
It's very strange.
See, Tyler is just such a good character. You see his phone case? That's new.
He's
his own face on it. It's like take a selfie or something like that.
Yeah, it's at this point as well. The technology becomes better, and they're able to sort of do the character a bit better, which does help it long term.
Yeah, it is brilliant. Just anything Tyler touches just turns to gold. It's just the opposite of Mojo. Everything Mojo touches turns to...
My guest at this time, the number 1 contender for the NXT Championship, Titus O'Neil.
Nervous?
A little bit.
Okay, good. That's why I just need you to just sit there and hold the mic, because I know you're going to ask, what are your thoughts tonight on your match versus Adrian Neville, right? Simple. My thoughts... It's not just my thoughts, it's my actions. What I'm going to do tonight to Adrian Neville is simple. I'm going to abuse his body, I'm going to damage his mind, and most importantly, I'm going to take his NXT Championship away from him. Tonight, you get the pleasure to witness this place officially being named NXT Champion.
I don't know about you, but when I was watching this, I was typing notes up,
Scared.
and it was like normal volume, and suddenly you heard this barking. Like, what the fuck is that?
The shit out of me.
Yeah, exactly. Just appears from nowhere.
I mean, it was a good promo though.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin promo from last episode. It was what it was.
It's the same promo, but still, we're excited for Baron Corbin.
Of course.
We just want him to face someone of note a little bit more, just to push him a bit. We don't want the Mojo effect.
Vaudevillain's entrance time. It's very manly as ever. I love the fact their Titantron is a video of a dog skipping.
Yes. I felt like do you know the guy who says, like, gather round for the most... I felt like it was a little quiet this week.
It's because they're getting more over.
If you hear my dog at all at any point in this recording, I apologise. He's being a little shit this week.
And he's not being abused.
He's not. He's just like a needy fuck.
He's well loved.
He's really loved, honestly. He's not loved at the moment. I'm a bit annoyed with him, if I'm honest, but he is well loved. They do describe the Vaudevillains as dastardly in commentary.
They're heels, mate. They're heels.
Are they heels now?
Oh.
Dastardly. They have a different demeanour.
They're facing Blake and Murphy. Get in.
Again, team thick, I hear.
Thick boy. Summer, baby. Really smooth action early on with Blake and Murphy hitting a nice double team move with a dive into the ring by Murphy. Alex says they have gelled well given they only formed a couple of weeks ago. And, as noted earlier, by total fluke, they have matching gear. Arm wringer down to the mat, shoulder first by Gotch on Murphy, who comes in and tags English to break Murphy down. Blake finally gets a hot tag and works over English, knocking Gotch off the apron. Flying off the ropes with a forearm and a kip-up a la HBK by Blake, but Gentleman's Congress for the 3 by the Vaudevillains. An uppercut to the neck, followed by a neck breaker. Another high-key showing by Blake and Murphy, though.
Exactly, they're improving every week.
That's what you want to see.
They're looking great. Vaudevillains, again, looking fantastic. Another win, they're on a roll. They will probably be the next challengers.
Yeah.
Unless something ridiculous happens.
I know.
Which we're only a couple of episodes away from in this programme, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Of course. It's an advert again for the WWE 2K15 soundtrack. And John Cena is on it, so let's do a lyric review, Adam. Here is Cena's verse from the song off his debut album, You Can't See Me. The song, Keep Frontin'. John Cena's verse is, Cena spitting with the bump, bump, bump for the nooks. Your whole crew getting dumped, dumped, dump with the chumps. We rolling like Donald Trump, Trump, Trump with the bucks. Your bitch ass getting jumped, jumped, jumped cause you suck. Follow me, you stick around, round, round when it's hot. You claiming that you down, 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 but you not. You try offer me a pound, pound, pound you get got. I can't wait to hear the sound, sound, sound of you shot. You hearing me, it's time to show, show, show I got plans. That's all you bought, you better go, go, go get your mans. Illegal hustle, ain't no fucking with grams. Stash the heat cause I can throw with my hands. I'm telling you, on screen with these flicks. Catch me on the scene with 3 chicks. I fuck like a fiend with 3 dicks. Fuck a 16 teen, I'm just sick.
That doesn't sound like hustle, loyalty and respect. I'm not going to lie.
There it is, mate. Keep Fronting by John Cena.
I fuck like a fiend with 3 dicks. Did he tell that to make like a Make-A-Wish kid or something?
Oh, please put my bar in your new song. Brilliant.
Oh my god.
Rolling like Donald Trump, Trump with the bucks. Your bitch ass getting jump, cause you suck. Follow me, you stick around, round when it's hot. You claiming that you down, but you not. You try to offer me a pound, you got. I can't wait to hear the sound of you shot. You hearing me? It's time to show. I got plans. That's all you brought. You better go, get your mans. Illegal hustle ain't no fucking with grams. Stash the heat cause I can throw with my hands. I'm telling you, on screen with these flicks. Catch me on the scene with 3 chicks. I fuck like a fiend with 3 dicks. Fuck a 16 teen, I'm just sick.
Just no. Sorry, Dave, no.
If you want to see us review the whole album, please tweet Adam specifically.
Because you know you would do it in a heartbeat and I would need a lot more convincing to do that.
I would need absolutely 0 convincing.
You would do it as a special next week.
We do it as a special tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Listen to it on the way to my first aid course. I'm not in work until until Friday now. I'm on a first aid course for 3 days. I want to come back like a fucking registered doctor.
I don't think you'll be a registered doctor. I don't think that's how it works.
Well, you'd be surprised. Bayley and Sasha are in action, but all I could hear was Alex shouting, and it did distract me, but it didn't ruin another good match between these two. They continue to grow in and out of this rivalry. After being caught with a big kick, Sasha takes total control. She runs the ropes and hits a nasty slap. Bayley's just sat on the floor and she runs the ropes and slaps the shit out of her. Pure arrogance at its best. Sasha gets Bayley in a slightly raised surfboard. Sasha catches Bayley with a backstabber and a bank statement for the tap, and Sasha wins. She continues to beat up Bayley until Becky runs her off. Bayley goes to talk to Sasha as she walks away, but Becky attacks her!
Unbelievable. I did not expect this.
She raises Sasha's hand. What on earth has happened here, Adam?
Are we having BFFs season 2?
I was waiting. I was waiting for this to happen for weeks because I couldn't remember when it happened. But every time I was like, "Yeah, eventually Becky and Sasha are going to team. Becky and Sasha are going to team. Becky and Sasha are going to team." And it never happened. And then it happened this week. I was like, "I knew it. I knew I remembered it."
Unbelievable. Sasha has a new Titantron this week as well.
She does.
She has basically, it's her face on the Titantron, but then she's wearing like her boss necklace and they're sort of like focusing in on that because she's the female boss. I can't believe Summer Rae came up with this character. Like dubbed her like the female boss, and it's sort of like she's used this character since 2014.
Summer Rae the GOAT, mate.
2022 now and she's still rocking the same character.
Summer Rae, the legend herself.
Exactly. You bitch.
You bitch. Sasha's pretty much all but earned the next title shot then.
Oh, 100%.
That's going to be a really good match.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
And if I'm honest, I think Sasha probably should win it.
Probably.
It's about time.
They probably need to push other people, have Charlotte doing something else.
Exactly.
It's going good. I made this chick tap out. It was awesome. Let me call you back.
Oh, me, oh my, sweet potato pie. Carmella.
How you doing, Carmella? You look good.
Obviously.
Touche. So, as you well know, I'm a G. But what you might not know is that I'm 4G, because I'm well connected. They don't. But, yeah, so I sat down with William Regal, the GM.
Oh, yeah, what'd you guys do? Drink tea or something?
Oh. No. I'm here to sit down. Listen, I got you something.
What'd you get me? Huh?
Well, I mean, it's not like a physical thing.
Well, it is kind of.
Yeah, it's physical. It's like not on me. Like I got you a match.
Okay.
With? Emma.
How you doing?
Cool. I mean, I don't care who it's against. I'm going straight to the top, all right?
And I like that about you.
Oh, listen, I got this thing. I gotta get out of here, all right?
All right, come in here for the real thing.
Get out of here.
Good
Thanks,
talk.
Cass.
Where's my sugar?
It's in your tea with Regal, bro. Denied.
What is that?
Again.
I get it a first match, and I get it this match, and I ain't get no match. Well, we don't match.
Do you know what, Adam? I'm a G, but call me 4G, because I'm well connected. Good lord, this man is smooth.
Oh, what a line that was. I love that.
Did you like that line?
I love that.
Very, very good. I have to say, this is just good stuff top to bottom.
Always is with them three.
These three are going to be so good.
You might hate me, Dave, but I do want to watch Cena's Greatest Rivalries. That DVD was advertised.
Oh, you'll have lots of fun watching it on your own.
Yeah, all the late night feeds. I might just stick on Cena's Greatest Rivalries while I'm, rocking my child to sleep.
Mate, it won't need any encouragement.
No, exactly.
Fucking straight off. It's got any brains. We get ring intros and it's officially for the championship. Will we crown a new NXT champion, Adam? Okay. Horrendous fall from the top rope to the outside by Neville, but back in the ring, Titus scores a 2 as we go to commercial. We come back from commercial, and there's a bear hug. For like 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, this is the match between the man who gravity forgot and the man with $1 million body and a 50-cent head.
Do you know what? Last week you said, I quite enjoy Titus O'Neil. Are you still enjoying it?
Not this version of the match, no, it's fucking
After
shit.
a 5-minute bear hug?
No,
you're
exactly.
Still enjoying
There's
it?
a lot of bear hug going on.
I sat there watching it going, this is pretty shit. Was it me who last week was criticising him, or was it Adam, and did I defend him? I thought, it doesn't sound like me. But I'll just bring it up anyway, in case it was me, in a moment of, I don't know, I was having a brain hemorrhage or something. And it was you defending him.
No, because it wasn't as bad last week as
He
this.
did the exact same thing!
He did not!
It was the exact same thing. He did another, 2-minute bear hug last week.
I feel like this match was longer, though. It was almost like...
Oh, that makes it alright then.
No, but, if you have a 7 or 8 minute match, you're going to get away with it.
If you have an 8-minute match, you can get away with a 3-minute bear hug.
It
He's
wasn't
not fucking
a
Bruno Sammartino.
What, going for an hour time limit draw? No, it was...
Mate, Bruno
not like
Sammartino
that.
used the bear hug. and is the only acceptable person. He was WWF champion for like 4,500 days. Titus O'Neil can't.
If you said that to someone now, they genuinely would not believe you and think you were making it up. Oh, it's 4,500 days.
I think he only wrestled once a month. All right, it was okay. He was over, mate. He was over. He was WWF champion for like fucking 13 years straight. And they've just given up on anyone ever beating that record now. He's just like, yeah, he's the longest reigning champion of the modern era, where, you know, people weren't champion for 5,000 days at a time.
Yeah, that's what they've gone on now. This is why it's like, if you try and name all of the WWE/WWF champions,
CM Punk's up there.
What, with the
he's
amount
like,
of days?
Yeah, he's like 8th.
Yeah, because he had a 434-day reign.
And it was quite funny because there was this. He did a promo once when he was a heel, and he was like, "Look at this list of WWE champions, and I am now in the top 10." And he said, "The best thing about this list is you look at all the people above me, and they only wrestled once every 54 days. So technically, none of these people count." He was like, "If I wrestled in Bruno Sammartino's era, I'd have been champion for 10,000 days." But I wasn't alive. But that's just like, to be fair, he's got a point.
He still hasn't. Do you know what? I've seen that promo. It's fucking brilliant.
I was like, mate, you can't complain about that.
CM Punk.
Can't complain about
CM Punk.
that. Neville begins to kick and strike. He hits the ropes, but he's thrown into the corner. He does dodge and hit a head kick, a springboard, but rolls through into a huge kick from Titus. It's a really nice sequence, for once. Neville hits 2 sets of boots to the face as Titus runs in the corner to attack. He gets to the top rope and hits a delightful red arrow for a 3.
And this is done. There was one point where...
hopefully, he NXTITUSFUCKSOFFs.
Off.
Fuck off.
Basically. There's at one point that Titus does throw Neville into the ropes and he goes for a big boot. And he because of how tall he is, he doesn't look as if he lifts his leg that much, but he goes up like loads. You know what I mean? Like, perspective is really weird.
Yeah.
It almost looks like he's going to kick him in the shins, but because he's
it's
really
because he's
tall...
It's because he's
and
so
Neville
big.
is short.
Yeah.
Like, it just...
I know what you mean. It's one of those weird, like... I think that's what I was...
It looks as if I was going to give Milo a big boot, like my nephew. Like, that's how, like, perspective-wise...
He's 3!
No, but like, perspective-wise...
If I accidentally kicked Milo in the face...
I wouldn't, but the amount I would have to lift my leg is how it looked when Titus lifted his leg to...
whiz on him.
For reference, no, I would not give my 3-year-old nephew a big boot. Probably a tombstone pile driver instead. But... No,
Rest
I'm
in
joking.
peace, motherfucker. Do you know what? It's quite strange. This whole... It's I obviously I was raised on The Undertaker. I have to give him credit. If he's got a big boot, he gets his fucking foot up there and he fucking leathers them.
Yeah, Titus is almost like, you know, he's kicking a child.
Titus looks like he's actually just taken a penalty. No, he's hit a ball on the half volley. He's kind of like, it goes up and then he's not really sort of going up with any acceleration.
No.
But yeah, we get some replays and we think we're going off air, but actually...
You talk about resiliency. Adrian Neville, somehow, some way, able to come back and defeat Titus O'Neil here tonight. What an unbelievable match.
I see that man being NXT champion for a very, very long time. He said he should be the one to defend NXT, and he certainly did. Oh,
There's Sami Zayn.
A handshake?
Adrian, hey, I just want to be the first one to congratulate you on yet another successful title defense. You're on fire, man. But in case you haven't heard, I'm on something of a mission myself. And my mission ends with that NXT Championship. What do you say?
Sammy, I say yes. Me and you, whenever you want it, wherever you want it. I look forward to it.
Thank you, buddy. Hey, I really appreciate that. I'm going to hold you to that. And actually, you might want to hold on to that while you can, because you're not going to have it for much longer.
Oh, Sami, I'm not too worried because we all know you can't win the big one.
I think that was a really good promo to end the show.
Yeah. Sets us up nicely for next week, or the next 2 weeks.
Sets us up really nicely, yeah. Absolutely. Sets us up really nicely.
What I find a bit confusing is that Sami's come out, it's like, I'm a different guy now. I'm on a roll.
I've had one win.
I've had one win.
You've had one beer, mate. Calm down.
Exactly. And now I want a title shot.
Hey,
Neville has enough respect for him to say, anytime, pal.
Anytime, you
but
big
we know
shitter.
You can't, win the big one anyway. This is a little bit of a turn from Neville. Because, face v face, one of them's going to have to turn a little bit.
Yeah, I guess. It's all going to be very interesting. The next episode's going to be really interesting, the next two.
Yeah.
So, star of the show, Adam. Who are you going to choose as your star of the show?
I've gone for stars of the show.
Are you going to choose Baker Murphy?
Yes.
Me too!
Oh, you dickhead.
Me too! Besties. So you picked Blake and Murphy because they fucking rule, obviously.
Yeah. They had a great showing. Even though they didn't win,
yeah,
they stood out.
Yeah.
So they're going to be here for the long haul, and actually, it's difficult to pick with these shows now because actually it's not like you have one person who does
early
quite a lot. It was
early.
Quite
There's
easy.
a big standout, wasn't there?
There's a lot of people now it could have gone to, apart from Titus O'Neil. But yeah, these two were brilliant. Looking forward to seeing how they develop as a tag team and how they're utilised going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not going to give it to Bruno Sammartitus, but I definitely will agree with Blake and Murphy. I think Blake and Murphy are top dons, to be honest.
The dons of NXT.
They are. Did you know they released Tony Two Dimes, whatever he's called?
Is that who they released?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they released Two Dimes.
Why?
Apparently failed a drugs test, but he must have got popped for something. I don't think he got popped for steroids. He must have got popped for like cocaine or heroin or something.
Fucking hell.
Or like he must have because.
I mean, it's a good job, that his empire is grown by 3 more. He can afford to lose them.
4 more.
Exactly. 4 because is it Carmen?
Whatever she's called, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come to that in 3 years' time.
Eventually, when we get there, fuck me, her and B-Fab had one of the worst women's matches I think I've ever seen in my life. It was fucking horrendous.
B-Fab posted her arsehole on OnlyFans, mate.
Shut the fuck up.
She did.
Really?
If you want to see her titties, mate, literally all you gotta do is Google it. Although, can't lie, there's not much there to see.
It doesn't change my opinion. They had one of the worst women's matches I think I've ever seen.
I know. And anyone paying for that, you need your fucking head checked.
We'll get to it in about 7 years' time.
She's B-drab, you know what I mean?
She'd be shit.
So, if you could leave us a review, they accept them on iTunes, Spotify, and maybe in other places that you may listen to us. Tweet us, interact with us on social media. We'd love to hear from you. We are on Twitter, at NXTBTTF. You can find us. All our personal links and to where we all are on the internet space, the World Wide Web, www.
The interwebs.
Absolutely, all of these things is on our link tree. So if you just go onto our Twitter, at NXTBTTF, and click on our link tree, you will see all of our little cyberspace hangouts. So, you can join us next week for a Titus v Zayn rematch.
Shut the fuck up. They do this again?
Oh yeah, baby. Oh. There's a tag team battle royale to crown what could be a new number 1 contender. Carmella is in action again. Bull Dempsey is back. The Legionnaires square off in one-on-one action. We get a takeover level match as Zayn faces Breeze. Marcus Louis has a change of heart. The 4 horsewomen are all in tag team action. Regal announces a new NXT title match. Hideo Itami tags with a mystery partner to help combat the Ascension, and so much more. But for now, whatever. For now, from me, Dave.
Me, Adam.
All the best, God bless.
Bye.